TLDR, this game is not for me. If you want to hear my more elaborate opinion, stick around and let the butthurt commence. Valetice, my friends. Hey guys, this is Zero Mikitsune, here with my opinions on the Battleborn beta. Now, I played this game for 3 days straight, only to discover that I was not actually having any fun. Now, it taking 3 days for me to realize that, you could say that's a pro on the game, but the end feeling is the end feeling. Now, on the first day, I had a friend who I was playing the game with, but he was quickly turned away from the game, which is surprising as he was the one looking forward to the game the most. Me, on the other hand, I'm looking forward to Overwatch. And this game actually has me worried a little bit about Overwatch, because while the games are two different games, there are a lot of people who want to say they're the exact same thing. No, they're different. But there are some similarities, and I feel that some of my problems with Battleborn, may transfer over to me having some problems with Overwatch, but here's hopeful that won't be the case. Now, I will say that the single player is good. It has Gearbox humor, which at this point I actually won't say is a good thing. I've gotten tired of the meme-worthy, overhyped, you're the badass kind of humor that Gearbox has been putting into his games. I liked it in the original Borderlands, where it probably is the weakest. It was pretty good in Borderlands 2. It kind of died on me in the pre-sequel. And it's turning in its grave here. And it's even more frequent here than it was in the pre-sequel, which is scary. But otherwise, single player is good. It was fun playing with teammates. The boss was challenging, had a mechanic that you had to play. It wasn't just a bullet sponge. So, good stuff there. And that might be one of the biggest strengths of this game, the fact that it does have a single player on top of its multiplayer. Hopefully, the amount of effort is balanced between the two instead of it leaning more towards one side or the other. On the bad side, though, that multiplayer, man, it reminded me of some of the things I dislike the most about the MOBA genre. And while Battleborn isn't the exact same as, League or Dota, it does draw some comparisons to it. One of the biggest problems is the fact that those matches are incredibly long. Oh man, the timer is somewhere around the 30-minute mark. That is how long a match goes before it is automatically, shut down by the game, and whoever has more points by the end of it is deemed the winner. In most of my games, I actually ran into that timer. So that was pretty annoying, because those games there was no hard back and forth. It was a stalemate, sitting in the center, no team making the push to the enemy's towers, or the objectives in this game, and doing damage. It was just sitting in the center, people twiddling their thumbs, some people grabbing super minions, or whatever their equivalent is called, and just a whole bunch of no one knowing what the heck they're doing. And that could be put on the fact that this is the beta and there are probably a lot of people who don't know what they're doing. But that's part of my review, because I'm reviewing the beta. Maybe I'll come back and review the game at a later date, but that was a huge problem. Another problem, which is again a MOBA based problem, is the level of dependency on your team to be competent. I ran into several games where there was just no support on the entire team and everyone was damaged. Had a couple of games where most of the team was melee. There just wasn't a balance. And that tended to end up screwing up my team. And that is a symptom of MOBAs, when you can't have anyone off their game, or else the entire game ends up snowballing and you actually might run the risk of losing within the first 15 minutes. Which, if I didn't stalemate, that was the other option for me. It was either stalemate for 30 or lose in 15. Well, it just isn't my game. And I guess the only reason why games like League of Legends get away with it for me is because I've been indoctrinated, Stockholm syndromed, and played them so long I don't care about it from them, and that's probably not good. Another thing is that, Jesus Christ, my eyes were bleeding on the second day. The game is just way too colorful, way too many particle effects, and that one I will give an A grade to bitching and moaning because, you know, it's weird to say a game is too pretty. But this one was all over the place and my eyes hurt. My last big complaint to it though is the fact that throughout those 3 days I spent more time trying to unlock a character to play than actually playing the game. I don't think that their selection of, you know, starter units for you to play was a pretty good one, because I was looking through the thing and I actually couldn't find a single character that I would enjoy, like, just, you know, leveling up and playing in the entire initial roster. All I could see were the characters that were farther down the line. Yeah, that character's cool, or yeah, he's cool, she's cool, blah blah. The character I wanted the most was the Dark Knight chick who had evil demon powers, but didn't make it there because I looked at the score chart and I saw I was still a good 200-300 minions away from unlocking her, and just I was like, I can't do this anymore. So those are my downs on this game. I will end this on 2 good notes though, because I don't actually think that, you know, it's a bad game. I just think it's a game that wasn't for me. And what I can say good about is that the leveling system, where you level up and choose your perks every time, that was fun. Me looking at that, like going into a game, stopping for a second every time I leveled up to see what are my options, what kind of build am I trying to move myself towards, that was really fun. I will give it that. And on a lesser note, not nearly as important as leveling, simply constructing field equipment, using the gold you get from killing minions, killing people, killing, and collecting little shards, using them and constructing field equipment was a pretty good feeling. I will give the game that. But like I said, the game is just not for me, and hopefully, I pray, Overwatch doesn't give me that same feeling. That's all I got to say about this topic, and I'll see you next time for my next video.